Welcome to a new series on Daily Dose of Aramaic, Introduction to Qumran, Targum Job. Now, what is Qumran Targum Job? This is an Aramaic translation of the canonical book of Job found among the Dead Sea Scrolls, dated to 100 BC or earlier. So it's very exciting to find a written Aramaic translation of Bible books before the time of Rabbinic Judaism. So we're going to actually see this text firsthand in successive videos. Let me introduce you to some of the resources for studying Targum Job. DJD 6 is about Qumran Cave 4. And you notice this manuscript is very fragmentary, and those text citations at the bottom have to do with where one would find these fragments. You see that the fragments do not fully represent those texts. Much more of Qumran Targum Job appears in DJD 23 because this is a review of manuscripts found in Qumran Cave 11. Much more, but again, these are fragmentary, not the entire text shown on the screen. Now, a great book to get a full presentation of the text of Targum Job from Qumran Cave 11 is Michael Sokolov's book. You can see in the upper right, we have column 37 and then column 38 in the middle towards the bottom. This is the text that we'll be reviewing here on Daily Dose of Aramaic because it's well preserved in these parts, and thus is conducive to comparison with the Hebrew text, as well as Rabbinic Targum Job, which has no relationship with this Targum Job. Now, here are some images that show that text. And just to explain, you see in the bottom right, Job 40 verse 5 in italics. This has to do with an interpolation of that verse into chapter 42. And we're going to see that as we do a review of this text. These images are from the Leon Levy Digital Manuscripts collection that you can find online. Now, there are also some electronic resources that I want to make viewers aware of in BibleWorks, Accordance, and Logos. So starting with BibleWorks. As you probably know, BibleWorks is out of business, so if you don't have this software, you probably can't get it. But there is a Qumran manuscripts module that you can pay for. And you can see when I sweep the cursor over these words, I get the Comprehensive Aramaic Lexicon Project analysis of these words. So that's fantastic there as a resource within BibleWorks. Next up, Accordance. Accordance's Qumran Non-Biblical Manuscripts module is similar. And this is great because you can parallel an English translation with the Aramaic over here. And there's a nice visual of highlighting what you're looking at, and then you see the parsing down below in the Instant Details window. This is not the same parsing resource one finds in BibleWorks, so if you have both software packages, it might be good to compare them. And finally, this is Logos Bible software, and these are the texts from the Comprehensive Aramaic Lexicon Project that you could find online. It's nice to have them in the software here. And nothing happens when I sweep the cursor over these verses. Here we have chapter 42, verse 1, that's the canonical citation. And then here we have some helps. You see column 37 there for finding exactly where this text would be if you were looking at, say, Sokolov's book or the images themselves. All that having been said, those electronic resources are good for studying Qumran Targum Job. We're going to be going word by word through what remains of Job 42 in Qumran Targum Job. I look forward to this adventure with you in the next several videos.